Thomas. I'm sitting right now with Beth Parker, the president of the Canadian Association of Women Executives and Entrepreneurs. Thank you for joining me, Beth.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about the Canadian Association of Women Executives and Entrepreneurs, please.
Okay, you can call it CAWEE. That's our short abbreviation.
CAWEE. CAWEE?
That's easier. CAWEE.
CAWEE.
CAWEE. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What's
Thank
fine
you.
once we've got the word title.
CAWEE, good.
Yeah.
I like the buzzword. That's good.
Yes,
the
yeah.
buzzword's good. Good.
We're probably the oldest women's business networking association in the city of Toronto, and founded over 30 years ago when the whole idea of women's networking groups was pretty new. And we're unique in that we're not for profit and that we have both executives and entrepreneurs in our group.
Right. Okay. So what would you say your membership base would be at this point in time?
Well, we have affiliate members, and we also now we affiliate with other organizations. So the reach that we have is several thousand.
Nice.
And then we, as I say, we because we believe in networking, we'll send out notices to those that we decide to affiliate with as well.
All right. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. So how long have you been the president?
Coming up 2 years.
2 years. So is it normally a 2-year term, or is it a
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm just curious to know.
Yes.
It could have been that it was a 1-year term and you liked it so much you decided to stick around.
Yeah. No, it's a 2-year term.
Is it
Yeah,
a 2-year?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So is there any affiliation with WEC or the Women Entrepreneurs of Canada? Is that one of the affiliations that you have, or
Yes.
is it separate?
Yes, they're one of our affiliates, and actually we used to be one organization, and they're actually the ones, like, we broke away so that there could be, WEC could be entrepreneurs only, and we would remain doing both the entrepreneurs and executives together.
Okay, so what let me see, aside from, by the way, happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
And so besides being, I'm assuming the requirement is you have to be a woman to be in your organization. What other requirements are there because when you mention executives and CEOs, or executives, I should say, is there, what are the requirements? Ownership, principal ownership, or
Yes,
management?
we have member requirements that are based on, I mean, you need to be a middle or senior manager if you're an executive, and if you're an entrepreneur, you have to have been in business for over 2 years. And it's not like some organizations you pay, you're a member. With us, all applications go to our board for approval because we want to make sure that it's a legitimate business and that people are applying for the right reasons.
Right. Right. Okay. So, what now? Is there a limitation on the kind of business, or is it just it's not subdivided?
No, and in fact, that's another thing that makes us unique. Unlike a Rotary Club, we can have, we have, for instance, many lawyers in the group, and that's okay.
Right.
It's all right to have more than one industry represented.
Right. Right. Now you're saying, how long has this organization, CAWEE, been together?
Since 1976.
1976. How long have you, okay, you've been president for 2 years. How long have you been a part of it?
I've been a member for 10 years.
For 10 years. How did
Yeah.
you get introduced?
Well, I left full-time employment after being in a particular industry for many years, and I had no network. I mean, you come out of a particular area, and all of a sudden your network's non-existent. So I checked around and I joined various groups actually because everybody said you had to network. I didn't even know what that meant. I thought that was something to do with computers. and yes, and I think I joined 3 actual associations, but CAWEE was the one I stayed with because I liked them the best.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because it is quite common, I think, for most of us to be a part of several organizations. Is there any limitation as to, is there any limitation to the number of organizations? If I'm a part of CAWEE, am I allowed to be a part of other organizations?
Oh, certainly, certainly, and in fact, we encourage that because again, we're not a sort of give me your business card and I'll give you business kind of networking group. We're a build your relationship, build your resource base. So we like the other associations. I mean, every year we've done for several years in a row a golf event with the Women in Law Association of Ontario, and
I like that.
And that's terrific. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, there's no limitations. The only limitation is that you have to put into an organization. So I would say to someone, don't stretch yourself so thin that you can't participate.
Right. Right. Now, for yourself, you said you came out of an industry. Now, you've been a part of this for 10 years. So how does that work? Do you have your own company now? Are you a consultant? How do you?
Yes,
Because I know in the Rotary Club, for instance, that you're required to maintain your ownership of a company or whatnot, something like that.
yes, yeah. I have my own company as a consultant, and that's and actually I've done really well through my association at CAWEE. Again, it's not necessarily direct sales. It's just this great resource base that you have. In fact, I was talking to one of our members this morning, and she wanted advice on putting together proposals, and I was giving her advice on how it's done, what people charge, what she should look for, and we just do that for one another.
Nice, because I was very curious about that, because I know that men have been doing this for years, and obviously women have been now doing it for years as well. But what I mean is that I've heard some other women say that it's very difficult to get women to collaborate. Like they have these organizations and clubs, but then there's that there seems to be a blockage. Have you found that with CAWEE?
Not with CAWEE, and in fact, we often get comments from people who come to our events that's why they like us and that's why they want to join. We seem to be, because we don't set each other up as competition, we really seem to be a very supportive group. And we have members as young as 26 and as old as 66. And representing, as I say, across industries and multiple, the same industries. And we just really seem to be supportive. We're not competing. I also think it's because we're seasoned, like we're not all brand new. Like I think that may help.
Yeah, fair enough.
We also, we build that into the culture. We keep saying we're here to support each other.
Okay, so the mandate of CAWEE is what?
It's to one of these convoluted mission statements, but it's really to support each other in their business, so their businesses can grow.
Okay, so let's just say
through networking,
absolutely, absolutely. So let's just say that I was a woman, and I have a business, and I'm a part of CAWEE. If something happens that I go into receivership or bankruptcy, how does that affect my membership in the short term, or am I given a certain amount of time to rejuvenate or?
Oh, yes. I mean, we've never had an instance where someone's had to leave because of that. In fact, we had someone who wanted to join once, and the night she came to one of our events, she'd found out she'd lost her job, and she was despondent. And actually, in that situation, we actually didn't even charge her for the event, because we said, oh, this poor girl, let's just let her come and meet people. And she was flooded with ideas of where to go for another job and advice from people who, she had just become a member.
That's funny, because I think that people are I think people are good. I was 26, and I lost my company. I lost my house. I watched my house get auctioned off, and that's something I'd never wish on anybody.
Yeah.
But it was definitely an event that affected me in a huge way. I was a part of the Rotary Economic Commission, strategic planning committees, and I was busy. I was a busy young guy, and when that went down, that affected every aspect of my life. And I know that I wish I would have been in these organizations longer that I was a part of, so that I could have really benefited from the support. Because at that time, and I think that's where I think that would be so valuable for somebody who's going through a really rough time, to be able to come back to CAWEE and say, like you're saying, the flooding, like the woman was her first time.
Yeah. And
for you to all be there to, number one, not charge her, number two, be trying to help her out with connections in order to get hired or find a job. I mean, that's wonderful. I think that's the beauty of the human spirit. And I just remember really, really being affected by it. So that's why I was curious to go along those kind of lines.
Yes, well, and that's definitely what we mean when we see support. And it extends, of course, women are juggling with families, they're juggling with marriages and relationships. So, that support runs across those lines, or we have a member who just finds out she's pregnant, she's running a business, and all of a sudden, she can ask, who can step in for me, who can help me out if I, it's.
So that really goes on.
Valuable.
That's nice. I think that's why I think that's spectacular.